forearm, more like foreskin. We're live, by the way.
Was that your opening line?
Unfortunately, yeah.
That was what they what they heard to start us off. Well, apologies for that. But what's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing great on this fine Sunday evening. Welcome, to the Honored Ones, the fittest podcast on the planet.
Bro, please. It's getting embarrassing now.
Here are your hosts. Fucking, broken biceps and
no, please. You have all the time in the
creamy
world.
back muscles. Let's
that sounds like I tore something. It sounds like that shit is actually liquid.
Yeah. You tore through your fucking shirt, bro. Nigga, boom. Yeah.
Chat, I have bad news. Honored Ones. There's two of them. I found out today that I'm actually a sentient whale on 2 sticks. I can't fucking believe it, chat. I didn't know. This is a shock to me. I don't know how you guys didn't tell me. I didn't know you guys just let me walk around like I was Wilson fucking Fisk. No money. Bagless Fisk, by the way. No muscle, by the way. No, basically bald, by the way. Like, the part that gets me is it's the lies, it's the deceit, it's the cheating, it's the gaslighting. They will really look you in the eye and tell you you're not a gross sentient gumball. Like,
bro, no. Look. Here's what you need for perspective, bro. I looked at this again recently. Look at this. Once this ends, bro, I want you to look at that. I want you to visualize that. That's not you anymore, bro. You're better than that. That's
barely.
That version of you is what you think you're seeing, right? That's not who you are no more.
See, here's the problem with this image, right? And let me give chat the refresh, right? Just so we're all on the same page here. All right.
Yeah. Honored Ones in a blanket type shit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Why does it never crop like normally?
Yeah, and I was gonna say that too, bro. It could be worse. You could be feeling like a blubber as fuck and have the boil haircut, bro. Like it, because you wouldn't really look like normal SpongeBob. No, I'm saying, bro. I'm saying you could have had both. Like, but now, in the worst of cases, right? Even if you take your feelings about your body image right to the absolute worst extent, at least your haircut isn't mega ass. You know what I mean?
It's only super ass. Listen, and I appreciate that. But like the thing you have to understand about this image, at least for me, right, is all I did in retrospect, right? All the walking, all the weight loss, I just stepped back a little. I just put the toothpick in.
No.
And that's the thing I've had to come to grips with is, yeah, bro, I was scarfing down burritos like they were burritos. You know what I mean?
Bro, we both look like we ate the version of ourselves that are on camera right now, bro. Be fucking serious. You look like you were like you ate before you take the picture. We took the picture and you were about to eat when you got off, right? I look like I was eating during the picture somehow. Like I had an IV in my arm.
I look like
absolute grease.
No. Dude, I looked like I knew if you were naughty or nice that Christmas. I look jolly. Ho 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 type of fucking build, right? Like,
and you're not that no more, bro. And that's
I gave up on the spirit of Christmas, or at least I thought I did, right?
At least I thought I did. Fucking step back, bro.
But clearly, the Christmas spirit has been taken with me for some fucking reason. A holly jolly Christmas is had in my fucking guts every year, bro. They leave out what's up,
broken binge eater,
dude.
Holy shit. Y'all niggas are nasty. Y'all have corrupted spirits, bro. No. No, that's actually crazy.
Ugh.
Holy shit.
Oh
dude.
No, not the pick again. Dude, it lives in infamy. How
you're moving like prime lemon grab. Dude, listen. Bro.
I'll look like two
I
cousins.
actually think
Deja vu as podcast. My fault for having issues with my weight on and off, bro. That's on me.
No.
No. Clearly, I've inconvenienced him right? Who said that? Draco, that's so my bad. Biggest, veiniest, colossalist, thickest, meatiest, bro. No. That's Big Draco, bro. That's Frostbite, and I'm in the summer, bro. I gotta get the coat on to hide this shit from him. Because
are you wearing the same shirt?
Bro, I'm having dysmorphia on his dime.
I think so, actually. Yeah, I think I'm wearing the same shirt, Chet. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a little different.
God, bro's fucking showboating. Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Bro, I'm showing that.
Bro, just show him your dick while it's at it. How about honored OnlyFans, bro?
Wouldn't
hang brain, bro. We've all been dying to see it. They've been dying to see it. Come on.
Bro, listen, chat. $100 this stream, you know, we fit a workout in pot. We fit a workout episode in here somehow, chat. Like, listen, Creams was, here's the thing. Here's how it came out. Creams was talking to me. He's like, yo, BR, you know, fattest, slobbiest, like grossest bro, grease-brained bro. You know what I mean? That shit that's pumping through your arteries. Yeah, that's lard, gang, right? You should get in the gym. And I think looking at you makes me feel like I should get in the gym too. All right. And so like low key chat, I think we should all come together and peer pressure Creams into getting into his gym arc so I can get into my gym arc squared. Low key.
Y'all used to be so girthy. Dude, you're girthy
probably bastard. The nicest. It's probably the nicest way someone has phrased it in chat. I'm not gonna lie.
One of my favorites, one of my favorite passive aggressive terms to describe somebody being overweight is like husky. That shit takes me fucking back.
Jaden 311, you know about listen, here's the thing. Even if you're big as fuck, well, it's not necessarily it's not a moral character flaw, right? We kind of poke fun of ourselves. But two, I'll be real with you, I was 220 fucking pounds in October, right? You can lose the weight. And I love food, right? Me and food, that's twin. We've talked about it. Bro, there have been fat fuck segments on the podcast where I'm literally talking about like, oh my god, I love food so much.
No assistance.
Don't know how I'm gonna do this diet.
Like,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, we were breaking down the mechanics of certain food challenges. By the way, I think you and me, we got the excellent challenge if it ever came down to it.
Yeah.
What about you?
What's oh. Yeah.
Easily.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. Y'all had them One Piece builds.
Hey there, big fella.
This nigga said we looked like we were drawn by Oda, bro. Hell nah. Nigga said I had a Big Mom build, bro. Fuck.
Nope.
Free the nips is crazy.
Not peer pressure. We need to bully him into locking in to pick up the weights, bucko. Sleeping Danger, show me a bicep curl right now. Talking to me this fucking
bro,
crazy.
Here's the thing. Grams, I feel like in 6 months' time, we could look at this version of ourselves as cooked, bro. Please lock in with me.
I'm way ahead of you, man. I got a jump start on the affair.
No, bro. No. But like, you're wrong right now, right? But in a year's time, you could be correct. Like, bro. Think about it like this, right?
Bro, I only know I have a penis because I stand up to pee, right? I think it was a mystery for the longest time, right? If you were to be like, just based off visual evidence alone, right? No mirrors. Can you verify it by looking down? I might have been cooked. That's how bad it was.
No.
Like, bro, at one point I was like,
no.
Do I even have toes? Fuck. Like, dude.
Holy shit, dude. No, man.
Gun to your head, right? At your heaviest. Could you what?
You look like two variants of lesbian. God damn. Dude, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? Nah, that's actually crazy. You know ball, we know too.
Gun to your head, bro. At your heaviest. Did you think it went away when you were like, you think it just disappeared into the folds?
Are you asking me if I think my dick disappeared?
Yeah, like a kangaroo system of sorts, right? Where it would almost be tucked into the folds for safety. For protection,
no,
really.
one thing I will say, right, like to meet you, and dial it back just a tad, is one thing that I used to do is when I sit down, I would feel my stomach roll over and then roll over again. And bro,
man, I feel it right now.
No, you're not. If you think we're even similar height, right? So here's the thing: 5'4", 5'3", right? If we're even remotely in the same like height class, you actually can't be feeling what you're describing because you are 10 pounds lighter than me right now, right? Closer to like 15 actually, right? And I don't feel that. So I know you don't, right? Unless you're a lot shorter than me. That's the only way that's possible. So you have to, pick your poison on that one.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, it was weird because I'd get sweaty. It's like it was actually like blubber, right? Because that's what fat's for. And like wild fucking putting my shirtless fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, is the stream lagging or am I good?
It's fine now, yeah.
Okay. If I was comfortable putting like a shirtless fucking like a reference or progress picture up here, y'all would dead ass think all I ate was butter, day in and day out. You would think I lathered that shit, like I absorbed that shit ambiently through the air.
Oh, Dane, right? If you're trying to get veiny and girthy, mission accomplished, brother. You look grotesque already. Love to see it, man. Give him his diploma. Love that for you, Dane. Demon, do something about them, please. Nah.
Let's see. Hold on.
Look on the positive side, guys. You serve to inspire Miyazaki to make that Godskin duo. Sleeping Danger, donate. That's an order.
Dude, listen. Yo, let me read this out real quick.
Stream speed run. My bad. My bad.
No, ignore them, bro. Ignore them. Listen, was talking about your dick doing a disappearing act a little crazy, sure, but
for my next trick.
Yeah. Let's see. Draco Frostbite, thank you for the $5 for one push-up. Creams, get to work. Come on, bro.
I look like a fucking mule to you, Draco? All right, man. What's up?
Nothing. Let's see. Yeah, come on, bro. Jim Mark. Sign it. Sign it in blood, bro. Get the contract. Come on, bro.
Or what? Hey, Sleeping Danger, hold 5 minutes real quick. You know what? No. I'll give you 1 minute as a warning.
Yeah. He called your bluff. Said you wouldn't dare give him 5. Personally, I'd give him 10 just to show you meant it, but whatever.
Yeah, y'all are putting way too much on Demon Akazuha. That is funny.
Yeah.
Also, I swear to God, I want to see Creams benching 225 by this time next year. Oh my God.
You 100% can, bro. You 100% can. You 100% get in the fucking gym, bro. Yo, Dane. Quick workout question. What is the crossover between like incline dumbbell not push-ups, fucking bench press and like straight barbell? What's the like weight wise, like practice wise, like if I get that incline bench higher, is that gonna increase the straight flat bench? Like the barbell? Let me know something, bro. Put me on game, big bro. Are you actually that short? Is that a bit? No, people can be fucking short all the time. God fucking damn it, bro. Are you guys actually 5'4"? Yes, we're actually 5'4". Jesus, like, god damn, bro. I fucking hate that these guys, like, oh my god, just because I was 220 pounds does not mean I could not have been 5'4". Jesus, that's why I looked like that.
It's crazy how much you debase yourself for free, but as soon as money comes into the equation, you refuse to out of spite, bagless behavior. No. Guess gotta send me an update. Are you actually that? Oh my god, bro. Yeah. Is that Ronan and Scott the Was?
Holy shit, dude.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Fuck, man. Holy fuck, Scott the Was. Bro, I had that picture saved on my phone. I couldn't tell you where the fuck I got it for the community tab post. When we canceled last week's episode. I don't know if I was like on like the Scott the Was subreddit or if it was just like on like he was just mentioned on Twitter, but I fucking cackled Holy fuck, Scott the Waz.
Yeah.
That shit's
My
still fun.
smallest pro. I thought you were taller than that. Holy shit, dude. That's not I just don't think that's polite at all.
Cream's my favorite 4-4 Zesty streamer. I don't see your name in green, so clearly not enough of a favorite. My fault, smallest bro. Just thought you were taller than that. To describe yourselves in a way I understand, what stage of cell would you say you are at the moment? Methinks imperfect on his way to 17. Sleeping Danger's got opinions, by the way. Did you know that? They gave him, they let him just run free.
Yeah. Shit.
Incline dumbbell. Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Yeah, I actually appreciate that. Increases chest size more, helps with the bet. I'll keep going with that then. I would say the way I feel right now, personally, in my developmental stage, I'm semi-perfect. So
Dream and Ken Carson really let themselves go. But they really got to ease up on you and the Ken Carson comparisons. That's like the eighth fucking time.
All it is just nigga with dreads, right? All it is nigga with dreads. I can't even take it seriously because hold on, let me see what Ken Carson looks like. That nigga does not look like me.
I'm like, do you look like more like him now? Because they've been saying this shit for. Dude, you don't look like him at all. Is the crazy part? Is like.
Listen, bro. It's just people that are probably of complexion. Only know like a few niggas with dreads. You know what I mean? So it's either that or KSI because that nigga has dreads and puts his hair up, and it's
KSI.
Yeah, first of all, you're racist, right? No. So you're following in there, right?
Hey, yeah. Do this real quick.
No. Show me a band, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. You call me KSI, we're never meeting up again. I'm actually on my life. That's never happening.
It's not. I'm not saying he's twin.
I don't even. I'm not. No. Don't even actually insinuating cousin or distant relative is you know what, bro? Let's keep this professional. We don't gotta call before or after stream, bro. Just call me when the stream button's live. I'll join mid-time. Talking about KSI. Yeah. And for your next trick, you're gonna say me and Johnny look alike, bro. I know what you are. Isn't KSI 41 now? I don't know. I don't perceive people aging on the internet like that. Not all too well. For me, H Bomber guy's just as old now as he was when I watched his first video. Let's see. Demon Katsu, I think with 5. Creams, I'm flying over to Ohio City to time you out in real life. Oh, wait, I forgot you aren't from NYC or from upstate. Steamed hams recipe. Oh, nice. Steamed ham recipe. Actually, he's not even from upstate. He's a transplant there, too. But, yeah.
I mean...
H-Bomb's 52 now. Time flies.
H-Bomb looks British.
Let's see.
Wait, aren't you an RDC?
See, that's exactly, you know what I mean?
I'm not, okay, hold on.
Move on, bro. I'm not even interested. Just move next segment, gang. We're done. It's yeah. I think it's chopped cheese, no New York. That's crazy. That's what I meant.
Damn, Sam and Bucky let themselves go.
Bro, this is the better version of us. This is actually a post. I actually threw the shield around in my backyard for 30 minutes, bro.
Next stream. Thank you, Darian. Appreciate it. I'll be sure to get right on that, boss.
Yeah.
Anyone else having trouble with stream today? No, it's my fault. It's Verizon's fault if we're being fucking specific. But I guess that's on me for still giving them my money. So yeah, that's my fucking bad.
This thing is on a super limited internet and phone plan, wondering why this shit's fucking buffering, bro.
Grims are also British. I have you on clips saying with the accent and being weird and being Jesus Christ, being weird about Ireland. You are the stereotypical English dude in a baseball cap. Don't fucking talk to me like that, bruv. Get shanked. Only 20 minutes late. I said every word correctly. The word late sounded wrong. You would think I never said that a day in my fucking life. Late. 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 So, manga.
So, manga.
2 weeks. Double the amount of chapters to talk about this week. And about 900 for Gachiakuta to catch up on.
Did not catch up. Did not have time. I'm only on like 120 now, but caught up-ish.
Okay.
Caught up mostly.
You basically get it. So,
yeah.
Sakamoto Days.
Okay.
The plan to kind of get rid of the guns, I thought it was cool. Little part 1, part 2, right? Like Shin gets them to waste their bullets, and then you cap it off with like the transmission, like the chip in the gun being shorted out, as a way to stop that initial violence. I'm fond of the plan. I think it's cool. I think it worked. I do think it was a little sudden. These 2 chapters back to back, I really got to feel like how jarring them jumping between place to place was. Like Shin going back to the laboratory, Sakamoto having these like anxieties, the pep talk. It felt like 4 chapters crammed into 2, maybe. It all felt like very, very sudden, and it more felt like really good, solid character work for Shin, who is now probably going to fight for his fucking survival. But I do wish I got a bit more space to breathe, personally.
Yeah. Since you kicked it off, I'll take your role in all these things. Type shit, bro. I really agree with what you said there. That was insightful. Man. I mean, you did 200% of the analysis. I mean, what can I add?
Okay, I'm sorry. Fine. God damn, bro.
I'll
lock in for Blue Lock.
No. You're fine, bro. You're fine. Because all I need to hear is "damn Nagi," and then I'll consider that the crux of your thoughts. No, but I share some similar sentiments. I'll be real with you though. I don't like it from a fundamental the plot beats are kind of boring. Like it's crammed, yes, and I can recognize that it's like very very, very crammed, etc. But it's also kind of like, how should I put this? Like, I guess I rock with Sakamoto, having to contend with the fact that like his family's real life in danger or whatever, and that's like freezing him up. But it's like, your family's been in danger since the manga started, when they put a bounty on your head, and like they kept coming to your shop with like real life assassins.
I never even thought about that, because like
it's just kind of been the premise of the manga, and I guess I get that like you saw it blow up, but it was not like it wasn't like, okay, this is my opinion, right? It's kind of like it blew up, but like we also saw one of those fucking those serial killer criminals come out and fucking pull up to the shop and would have gotten your wife if Nagumo hadn't like swapped in, did the little face swap shit, gotten her out of there, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of like your family seems constantly in danger. And like you're constantly in danger. The people you know and care about are constantly in danger. I'm surprised that
it took so long.
Like, it took so long, I guess, but like I don't mind an adverse reaction. I guess it's just kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like I just wouldn't imagine this one would be it. I just thought he would have like, he could, I mean, he's already been prone to kind of like go solo to protect the people around him if he feels like only he can get the job done. It just, I don't know, right? He's seen loved ones die, you know what I mean, too. Like Rion died, and that was his fucking day one.
Yeah.
And it's like you were still Taro Sakamoto after that. Like, once again, I guess I get it. I'm not mad at it. It's just kind of like it's not a very convincing, like, emotional like core for me. And so while I understand what Suzuki is going for, it's just kind of like, sure, I guess.
I don't know. Right? It's not that I disagree with you. It's that there's a plausible explanation for it, right? And he kind of like, because his initial takeaway is I lost my assassin senses, and that's why I'm freaking out. Like maybe in his prime, he was able to shake Rion off because he was in active duty, right? And this could just be like with him being fat, right? Like a symptom of his retirement, right? Like
nigga's been fighting for the whole manga. You know what I mean? Like, if this was fresh out of the box, beginning of the story, Sakamoto, right? He has not fought a real assassin in years. Cool, right? I've seen this nigga fight Takamura, and I'm supposed to believe, oh my god, bro, the aura, it's getting to him. Like, once again, I'm not saying that I don't believe it. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense. I'm saying that it's emotionally weak, right? It can follow. Okay, you're freaked out. You're paralyzed with the fear. I get that. I understand the basics of how human emotions work. I'm saying because of the set precedent, I'm not buying into it emotionally, and it's supposed to be at least an emotionally resonant plot point. So without that, it is just a thing that's true for Sakamoto. I'm kind of like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm not following along the journey in the sense of, oh fuck, I feel your pain, Taro.
I see.
You're down, I'm down with you. It just is a thing, and I'm like,
you're just observing events, basically.
Yeah, right. The fucking gun stuff, I'm not gonna lie, you know my opinion on that. The whole thing is kind of like,
it's weak. Like, listen,
it's so genuinely, like, ass isn't necessarily maybe the word, because ass doesn't really fully encapsulate like the nuance of my point. It's like just it's what is the impact? What is this? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Here's the thing, right? I think the gun plan, nothing is wrong with any of the mechanics of what's going on. The problem is with Izuki as a villain. At least to me, right? It's like, you're mad at society? That's your thing? Like, for most of the series, Izuki as a character was kind of couched in this like mystery of like who and what he is, why he's doing what he's doing. But when it was revealed, right, when you saw the flashback with Sakamoto and Izuki and Nagumo and Rion, it was like, okay, I am sort of piecing together why you're like this, but like, society, you're
never wrong, just early. That's all I'll say. That's what it's feeling like. I told you that nigga been aura farming kind of unsuccessfly for 200 chapters. He's got the depth of a puddle.
Yeah, holy
that nigga
fuck.
Sucks. Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. Let me get on my soapbox, as I always do now with Sakamoto Days a little bit, right?
They picked on me in school that one time. Fuck.
Listen. Izuki fails to me as a villain in every metric in which a villain can succeed, right? He aura farmed successfully once on like a beginning of the arc Shin, right? Sakamoto then kind of pushes his shit in a little bit.
Beginning of the arc Shin was a jobber too. Yeah.
Beginning of the series Shin is like, oh fuck, his aura got me shanked.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I could have beaten him up, right? I'm not really impressed. Okay, cool. He hasn't been cool since. Nagumo fucking stabbed him, kind of kicked his ass a little bit. Gaku, his right hand man, actual aura farmer. Although he loses a lot, I think he's cool. So Izuki basically, he doesn't have like the complexity. Think of the character motivations, like the narrative implications and particular relationships with others. Right, he's a boring character in that regard. But like a lot of characters don't have that. Frieza isn't a particularly complex and nuanced villain. Right? I don't mind that. A lack of nuance isn't an issue. That's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, does he have a really cool personality? Like, is he entertaining charisma? Fuck no. Okay. Oh my god, dude.
I think you were talking about Frieza first. I was like, what?
No. Izuki's got the entertainment value of a goddamn chalkboard, right? Okay, cool. Move that over. It's like, all right. Is he at least like super? Yeah. Is he super imposing? No, not really. The imposing guy is another villain that failed at everything else, but at least hype moments and aura, right? Yeah. Cool. And it's like, yeah, oh, the cool version of you isn't you. And when he pops up again by himself, what's happening? who is he aura farming on? An exhausted Shin who's just like ESP'd all of Japan. Oh, bro, you're so cool for that. Like you're no, bro. You're actually Shin said he can't move. Oh, you actually have so much aura for pulling up on Shin, bro. Nigga, go fight Kendaka or something. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think that's been my problem with Izuki as a villain, is that I just haven't been able to buy into his personal motivations. Like, it's been driving me a little crazy. And like the reason I keep giving you pushback is about like the shit happening in story isn't crazy, right? On its own. It's that it's kind of couched with Izuki as like the centerpiece, right? He's kind of holding up the weight of all of it, and that's where it's kind of like shit for me. Like if Izuki was he had more aura, his motivations were more fleshed out. If like he was just a better character, I would buy and nothing else would change. I would buy this a lot more, right? Like that's kind of the problem I have is like if you set him up as sort of like a Joker, Pain, Mad at Society type villain, right? And all the work that goes into making and crafting a character like that, and then having this plan be unchanged, I don't think that's bad. And I think I don't know.
These things only exist within the context that they exist in, right?
I know.
Like if it, if he walked on four legs, he'd be a dog, sort of thing. It's like it's ass because the rest of it doesn't fit, right?
Right. And it's fair, right? I'm not giving it like a fucking 8 or anything. It's more like I get it, Suzuki, but like what, you know what I mean? Like I haven't dropped the manga.
Yeah, no, I mean the fights look good.
Yeah.
I like
it for Shin. I like seeing what's happening with Shin. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He feels like a failed attempt to replicate Johan from Monster without the proper build-up and groundwork.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's Johan, Pain, Joker. Jesus fucking Christ. Why are we putting this? I know you're not putting him in those conversations, but even hearing Uzuki and Johan, it's like, come on, bro.
Because it's like, yeah, bro, I see what the shot is, right? I see what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the problem for me as a viewer, I actually understand the vision. I actually pick up what you're trying to put down. You keep missing. That's not on me. That's actually not on me as a spectator. I didn't tell you to miss.
Yeah, no hands, pure dialogue. Naruto would have Uzuki applying for a job at Walmart by the next morning. Oh, 100%, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's okay.
Dude, Naruto might be able to do that in his sleep. It's actually disgusting.
Yeah, the Yawn inspiration is very palpable within everything. I rolled my eyes when I learned about the orphanage because at that point it was just too much for me. His hatred runs shallow. I don't know. He's just like, and the thing is, it's like Sakamoto Days. Title of my next video, I say, guys. Sakamoto Days has a villain problem. Type shit.
You heard it here first.
Sakamoto Days just doesn't really have like a strong antagonistic cast in general. Gaku's cool. Takamura's cool.
Do you count? I mean, do you count other order members as antagonists, or?
I mean, Sakamoto don't really be fighting them like that, bro. They kind of just pull up and they're like, oh my god, they're opposed to each other. And then they just like don't scrap. Yeah, so not, you know what I mean? If I call Shishiba an antagonist and this nigga has never once boxed like Sakamoto's crew for real, like the one time he did pull up, he was thinking, Shin, don't snitch on me, big bro. I actually don't want that smoke. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. I'm not,
God.
you know.
It's so unfortunate, isn't it?
It's like, dude. And yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like Takamura and Gaku are both cool, but they're both the same brand of cool or a similar brand of cool, where it's just like y'all are cool because y'all's demeanor or like your abilities in like hype moments in aura, and it's like, okay, cool. We have that on every side already. Can you
Give me
not even
something more.
not even can you give me something else, but like just you just got to acknowledge that shit isn't shaking anything up. You know what I mean?
What gets me is like, I'm trying to figure out what Suzuki's doing wrong, right? Like, or let me rephrase it. I'm trying to figure out where the hell Izuki doesn't land, right? Like, at what point was I like, nah, this guy's
ground level, ground floor.
Yeah, I'm really trying to remember like when I was like, oh, he's just not getting any better. Like, this is it. And the closest I've come is after the flashback. I think because a lot of the time he was carried by mystery for most of Sakamoto Days, right? A lot of the intrigue of what he could or couldn't have been. And then when you finally got to the reveal in the flashback, and it was a good flashback. That was a really solid part of the story. Him absorbing Takamura, for instance. Can we be serious? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want from me? Like, no, bro. That's a serious question. Suzuki writes that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does he want from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is?
Uh-oh, the stakes just got elevated.
Fuck, man. He probably did.
I may just be too optimistic, but I want to believe in Oki as an antagonist. That nigga's going to be hot garbage. I guarantee it.
By the way, this late in the game, like
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Y'all know his name. I'm not, that lightning guy. I knew it was cooked when the lightning guy entered the manga, and I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, wasn't the lightning character that has like random shooters, right?
Yeah, because he was introduced like in a. Because he was part of the orphanage, and I think we knew his name for a long time. Sakamoto Days villains. We got the annoying director guy, the JAA guy, or director with 5 lines in the whole series, the deer guy, and he's not even an antagonist no more.
Yeah, deer guy's pretty. Okay.
Kashima, Kanaguri Loki was the best antagonist. I mean, at least he had a unique personality. I don't like his personality, but he did have a unique personality.
He stood out, you know.
Bro, think about fucking Akira, bro. Holy, I'm not gonna lie. Suzuki don't be getting the allegations that like Gege did, and that shit kind of funny to me.
Oh, the misogyny allegations.
And I don't necessarily think that like because you sideline your female cast that necessarily means you're misogynistic or whatever, right? That's not really the point I'm making. I'm just saying it's funny because like for as much as you can say about like a Gege or even like a Horikoshi, there is always at least like one that was kind of in the spotlight for a long. If it wasn't Nobara, then it transferred to Maki. Like where Akira's at. I know where she's at. What's she doing? What she's been doing? Sitting there talking to Auntie Murderer.
What
Kira and Lou.
Dude, where is Lou? Where the fuck is she? Bro, like holy fuck, dude. That was like she was introduced so early.
Holy shit.
I thought that was bro. What the fuck happened?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Elijah. I don't remember who Toramaru is. I mean, I may know their face, but hold on.
Toramaru, Sakamoto Days.
Oh,
the fangirl.
Yeah, don't even.
Dude,
yeah, let's not.
It's so fucked how much worse the assassin's exam becomes because of this. Like, a lot of these characters were fucking cool when they were introduced. Immediately fucking like benched for no reason. A lot of motivations were like quietly disappeared. I don't know. There was a lot of cool fucking personalities that came out of the assassin exam arc, and I'm kind of annoyed, including, by the way, Akira. And I'm kind of annoyed that they got relegated like this. Like, why do it then, right? I don't know.
And why the fuck was she and Natsuki even kidnapped? Vibes and stuff. Shiragi like Maki carrying the female cast. Holy shit! Listen, I'm not even on the Maki bit like that. You ever say that shit? You say Osaragi and Maki in the same sentence again, I might have to ban you on principle, bro. Like Osaragi's moment recently was fucking uh leaking bloodlust that she doesn't typically have, and then getting damn near one shot, and then slapping a lightning guy and leaving. Like, come on, bro. Let me not. That's not what you meant. You just making a general comparison. But Osaragi's cool. I like Osaragi, but it's kind of like you compare her to Nagumo, Shishiba,
right?
Okay. Which I granted most characters kind of get mogged by them, so that's fine. That's whatever.
How are you feeling about Sakamoto Days with this arc being what it is, with this direction being what it is?
How do I feel about Sakamoto Days?
Because like obviously it's had an effect on your perception of the rest of the series, right?
Not really, because it would require more introspection about the series as a whole. This isn't like JJK to me, where like, there's some like super heavy emotional resonance, and I'm like thinking back on my experience with it, blah blah blah. It comes up because we're talking about it when we're talking about it, right? I don't think about Sakamoto Days if it's not a Sunday. Not really, not for the most part. This has just made that even easier because the shit kind of ass.
I don't know. I really like Sakamoto Days. I liked it a lot more in the beginning. I don't know. There was a point where I just took it more seriously, I think. It might have been around the time of the flashback, or maybe the exam. But it feels silly to now. It feels silly to do it now.
It feels silly is a funny way of phrasing it. Is it ended? Do you just dislike, endings of? Oh, are you frozen again? Oh, never mind. Okay. Do you just dislike, the endings of Battle Shonen TM? Then I thought about Blue Lock being 300 chapters in, and if you've I actually want to inject the essence of that story into my veins. So no. But yeah, I don't know. I like it's fine. Sakamoto Days is fine. These last few chapters were a 5 out of 10 for me. I mean, barely got a pulse.
Yeah.
Right.
I read that shit. It was consumed.
That just is what it is. I know what kind of reader I am for Sakamoto Days, right? I know I will be like, damn, Suzuki, you're so good at drawing, big bro, when the next fight comes, and the next cool shit happens. And this is why I was saying what I said when they first left the prison, right? I was like, all this fucking shit about the roles of assassins in society and blah 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 whatever, right? I was like, yeah, I'm not buying this shit. Suzuki has never shown me he's good at doing this. Why would I? For what reason would I immediately invest stocks into it? Suzuki has shown me he's good at a couple of different things, right? Very basic but interesting character writing, right? In relationships, comedy, and fights. Nigga has for 200 chapters not shown me he can write a coherent, complex, or super interesting plot line to character relationship. And listen, let me not disparage my co-host. I'll pretend someone else. Some people were like, no, bro, just let him cook, give him a chance. What makes you think he knows what he's doing in there, in this kitchen? He may be a great fucking baker. Nigga, this is Gordon Ramsay right next to him, bro. You want this? We got the hype moments and aura with story and characters right across the street, bro. Yeah. Kagurabachi are us. What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, bit of a sad state of affairs for Sakamoto Days. I hope it gets better before it ends, but I don't know. I'm almost having to make my peace with this being the direction Suzuki wants to commit to.
Yeah. I personally don't think it's crazy to say Below because the best ongoing manga. That's not crazy at all.
No, that's not crazy, at all. Overall, 5 out of 10 for both chapters.
Yeah. Kind of garbage. This I will just take this segment to talk about real quick as a little bit of an intermission. If you want to go do something, if not, you can just listen in. Odor of the Flame. I don't know how you say it actually. But that's how I'm saying it until someone corrects me. Order of the Flame. I read the first chapter last week. We just didn't do the pod. It is, let's see, written and illustrated by Yuki Kawaguchi, who I think did what is it? What is it fucking called? Red Hood? Is that the manga? Let me see. Yeah, the 100 Guild Red Hood. The Axe manga. I thought that the first chapter was pretty interesting. I thought the second chapter was also pretty fun, and good, or at least like entertaining. Good is like, but maybe a stretch, or maybe like jumping the gun a little bit. I thought it was entertaining. I like the art well enough. I think the art style is really nice. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty interesting, or at least like interesting enough for me to be invested in continuing to read it. In contrast to another manga we talked about, like let's see, where the fuck is it? Embers, where even from the first chapter I was kind of like, oh, this looks good, but I can actually tell the plot and characters are really lacking even on initial read.
Solid looking art.
He's doing it again.
I'm not reading it. I'm just curious what the art looks like.
Half fucking with you, but yeah. Needless to say, I think this is a fine start, right? I'm not gonna jump the gun and be like, guys, you got to get on this. This shit's peak. I can smell it now. But I'm interested. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And so you might want to let it stack up some more chapters if you're someone that is apprehensive to the axe, or even just, kind of wants to let it prove itself in the magazine a little bit more. I feel that, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'm interested in it so far, and it was a pretty fun read.
Cool. I'll know it's good to jump on it when you start fucking crying and drawing panels from it.
Gotcha.
Slight exaggeration, which is funny.
Yeah.
You trying to do Kagura first or Blue Lock?
Kagurabachi first.
Bet. Kagura Bible, etc.
Hey, bro, this is the nigga that showed out this chapter is the person you didn't know last time we talked, by the way. You know his name now, right?
Don't ask me about names, man. I can't do this with you anymore. What do you want from me? I know he has black hair and a little mole. That's it.
What do you mean? What do I want from you? Like, here's the thing, right? Here's what's fascinating. You do know what I want, because like I just asked you pretty straightforward. Like it's not like, here's the thing, right? If you just don't know, you don't know. I'm gonna make fun of you. That's the bit, right? That's what's going to happen. That's fine. But like,
his name's in
what
the chat.
what do I want from you?
Mm-hmm.
What do I want from you? I want you to know his fucking name, because he got the thing when he was introduced in that fucking execution ring. The name came up again.
Yeah.
The character that, by the way, you had to look up because last time we talked, you didn't know him. Like I felt like maybe it would stick out a little bit. You would maybe have some level of like, oh, I remember from this conversation. Nope.
Can I say something in my defense, Your Honor? Sure. And I think this is an argument you'd be sympathetic to, right? Bro, there are 800,000 Japanese names in Kagurabachi. I'm fighting for my fucking life every other word. That's not on me. That's actually not my fucking fault, all right? I remember 5 of the most important characters pretty semi-consistently. You gotta get me a fucking break, bro. The names of the swords, the names of the cities, the names of the fucking, like, groups, the names of the spells. Just...
For context, by the way, if I asked you pretty much anything about, like, this for JJK, hey, bro, what are the 3 clans? All Japanese names, by the way.
That's not fair. They're basically monosyllabic. Like, bro, Gojo, Kamo, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Bro, no,
Fuck you.
no.
Holy
Here's
shit.
the thing. Your point is like, oh, bro, all these Japanese names. Nigga knows Yuta Okotsu, bro. He's never forgetting that, right? Yuji Itadori, Maki Zenin, Megumi Fushiguro. That's you. You got that.
In my defense, I had a hard time with Megumi's last name. In my defense,
that's fine, but you knew him. You knew him, right? You knew him.
Yep.
If I asked you a JJK character that is relatively prominent, that's you, bro. And listen, I'm not saying it's a fucking character flaw every time you don't know their name. It's more of like you don't know most names, especially when they've been relevant. Like, okay, if I asked you about fucking, like, you know, I'll call him this to see if you know, teleporting guy, blonde, right? He's a pretty relevant character.
Shiba?
You know, kind of, huh?
Shiba?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. You should know that, right? Because he's like Chihiro's ward, right? If you didn't know Samura, that'd be like a little.
That'd be crazy.
The reason I ask you about this is because not only did we talk about it Thursday, right, in which you looked up his name, there was a name drop again this chapter. It's not about you knowing his name because like you have to know every name, but it was literally basically just about him being a real nigga, and you can't remember him for 1 week. Like you can't give him the respect to know his name today's episode.
If he earns it, I'll remember his name and I'll never forget
Nagi
it.
Seishiro, by the way.
Favorite character in Blue Lock. The fuck does that mean?
Nagi Seishiro.
That's my joke. I committed that shit to memory because he moved me. Azami. Yeah, I just met him, bro. Let's get fucking dinner.
No, you didn't just fucking meet him.
He left a better impression this chapter, bro. Next week, let's see if I don't forget it.
You're going to.
I won't. I mean, if he locks in, I won't have a reason to.
Whatever, bro.
You can't convince me Creams doesn't smoke weed. I don't.
No, this is just inborn natural ignorance. He smokes weed. He might have like Patrick IQ. No bullshit. Like, is mayonnaise an instrument type shit? Creams has now been racist about Chinese names, South Korean names, and has added Japanese names to the list. He just doesn't like Asian people. Is kind of that's him.
That's
him insane. And Sinophobia. Locked in. Twinning for real.
Word of the week. All right, man. Maybe you got to start giving nicknames. Maybe I do, but no, I think he'd clown me either way. I think there was a fucking character. I don't remember who it was, but I called him like Sword Guy or some shit like that. He got like really mad at me about it.
For what series?
Fuck if I remember. Was it Sakamoto Days? No, because Takamura like left an impression. Stop Asian hate. Dude, I didn't start it, by the way.
No, bro. That's that's stolen valor. You're taking a story I told you about someone calling Takamura Sword Guy, and you assumed it was so stupid it had to be about you. That was me telling you about a story that happened. I told you how someone called Takamura Sword Guy in describing him and comparing him to a JJK antagonist. Why did you fucking absorb that into your lore like yourself? Nigga, that story just wasn't about you.
Oh. Okay, then never mind. I'm innocent. Sweet.
No, nigga, you're not innocent. You're a dumbass.
You just said I'm vindicated. You just said that.
No. I actually just said you lied. That's what I'm saying. You just lied to chat for no reason. There was no benefit. You didn't get a cookie or a medal.
I did. But yeah, I mean, sure. If you feel like I lied, I'm sorry, I think.
The Kagurabachi chapter was pretty interesting because it confirmed a lot of what people have been speculating for Hakuri here, which is that sorcery, the dual wielding sorcery shit is getting nerfed. I'm curious to see the extent of like the rules and the what's the word I'm looking for, like how badly he's been limited here. But it is interesting to see, people figured, extensive brain damage will do that to you when the sorcery takes place in your brain. But to have it basically confirmed that like, hey man, we had to transplant some of that, that ESO shit into your, storehouse part of your brain, Sukuna style. we kind of had to cut that shit down the middle, nerf you a little bit, big bro. They am not gonna lie to you. They might have been keeping some of that storehouse shit for themselves, but I can't hold you. But it's cool. Gary's back on his feet. You know, we're locked. We're back in action. You know, I'm excited about it. Let's see.
I'm a little surprised. The Hishoku is just straight up going for the fucking Swordmaster this openly. I kind of thought that'd be like a much later down the line kind of final chess move thing. Feels like the block is a little hot right now, no? With Samura coming down like this and them and
that's the point, because Samura's coming down like this and Chihiro's occupied. You know what I mean? The Mizuki, I think, is what their squad is called. Like the ninja are occupied, right?
Gotcha.
And then I think they said last chapter that like Shiba and Hiyuki are kind of like floating in that area to make sure they don't get squad wiped. And if that's true, then
heavy hitters are all in one place.
This is the perfect opportunity. Yeah. Aside from Azami, this is kind of like, well, I mean, I'm sure there's like, you know, higher, you know, Kaminabi forces than him or whatever. But like, it's just more so the purpose being like, hey, we got enchanted blade wielder Shiba, who apparently is just an enchanted blade wielder without an enchanted blade, and then Hiyuki, who has a weapon that's very similar to that. It's like, we got all three of those guys out of here. Let's move in. Let's roll up. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a little like, you know, I guess framed that way, I could see how it would make sense. I just thought this was like a bit more like Samura's fine, you know. Chihiro's fine. It feels like you're just kind of back at square one a little bit. So okay, Dane. I guess it works out either way, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the plan is kind of predicated on like, you do this fast enough that like Samura company can't go over there and stop you faster. But I guess like, what's the mileage do you put on that?
Samura's in a whole different area code, big bro, and he's fighting two enchanted blade wielders, or was fighting two enchanted blade wielders, right?
Man, that's the Phoenix for real. He'll be fine.
Sure, it's not really about him being fine or not. It's about him being occupied, right? Samura's kind of currently the end all be all, right? And so if he doesn't want something to happen and he's keeping some shit in a deadlock, then you can't move. It's like, hey, bro, Gojo went to the U.S. for a week. Anything you want to get off, it's now or never, right? There are some unique international delicacies he really wanted to try, right? You know, wanted to get a slice in New York, you know, fresh, cool, whatever, right? He's busy, he's occupied. Get this shit done now or don't get it done ever.
Gotcha.
Sort of the vibe.
Okay. How'd you feel about the back-to-back this week and last week generally? Like
just the chapters themselves.
Yeah, the chapters themselves, the plot points, and kind of like, not even the plot points, Jesus Christ. Like, kind of this as setup for a little bit of a self-report here. Feels like an endgame move, as I said earlier. So I'm like, yo, is Kagurabachi like, are we already in the third act? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, Kagurabachi moves fast in general.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
I mean, I like the chapters. I thought they were good. Last week's focusing on Hirohiko's kind of fucking mental break after everything. You know, Chihiro not looking at him with any hatred really fucked his mental up. Like, I was gonna have to get some anti-therapy to fix him up. Chihiro talking to Samura about learning about all of like the sins of his of the sword master, like the malediction or whatever. I wish we could have seen that to some extent, but I guess He just may not have been very emotive about it in the first place. But Sheba presumably told him, and he's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of it. Samura's funny, because he's like talking shit to Chihiro, and he's like, hey, bro, he's not swallowing it. Like he's not gulping down the propaganda, big bro. Mm-hmm. I'm telling him his father's a hero, and he's adding nuance.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Samura instantly running defense for Chihiro's dad is fucking amusing. He's like, nah, bro, you don't understand. Your dad was barely there. Like low-key, he didn't even know he was making the swords. Just funny, so yeah, funny defense is all.
Yeah, Kaguri's cool. His little sorcery is fun. The stored up heat, releasing it all in one burst. That was cool. Puts fucking, what's the word? It once again puts the Enchanted Blade's power into perspective. I like the implication that Samura has been training since the war ended and is far stronger, has been prepping to take on the Sword Master, at least since he was told about the malediction. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking crazy when he like pulls up and gets no diffed. When the Sword Master does get freed, that shit's gonna hit.
He's gonna hit Samura with the same fucking blitz slash fucking that's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I like this chapter though. Azami is apparently just a real ass dude. I will say and this is like one of the only things that I really feel about this like chapter 79, this most recent chapter, that is kind of like, it was weird. And it was just a stylistic choice I just didn't really rock with here. The narration was kind of like stilted, and maybe some of the translation, but I also just felt like it was kind of
it's not too verbose or anything.
It's not that it's verbose. It's just sort of like, it's really rudimentary, and it doesn't have like a particular flair to it. Like, it's not telling me things I don't know, one, and then it's not telling me things that I do know in a particularly like it doesn't have flair to it when it's saying that. Yeah. So it's like it to me. Once again, it's not the end of the world. There's like 4 or 5 maybe total boxes of like narration. It's literally not that big of a deal. All it is though is that it's like, usually I feel like narration is meant to serve the purpose of like giving new information, or information that I couldn't glean through like implication, or making some shit sound cool while also giving some level of information, right? And it's like, I feel like Hokuzono was good enough of an artist, and showing this, like, he was flooded by a wave of revulsion for good reason. His nephew was among the 11 who were slaughtered. Okay. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of a hard feeling to explain, but it was just kind of like you could have shown, a kid in a picture frame and him struggling with the idea, and then even showed many flashbacks without the narration. Same thing comes across, and it's just not. I don't know. That's how I felt about it. And then what is it with Azami? It was like the executioner was livid. Listen, bro. That shit was not hard. It just wasn't. Like, it's fine. It just wasn't cool. It's not, once again, it's not the end all be all. It's not the end of the world. But the executioner was livid is not a fucking sick line. It's just not that.
Translation issue, or
like I said, it could be a translation, right? I don't really know, but it's also the only way I can engage with the manga as is.
Gotcha.
Like, Azami's fighting style is assault and battery. The enemy's tricks don't work against sheer power.
I guess sheer power is all right.
Like, once again, like, sure.
Fast, the executioner was livid. I'm trying to think like what a fan scan version of that line would be.
Yeah, like for me, okay, for example, this is an example of cool narration, right?
Okay.
The rule of the threat elimination grounds is that threats die here with the fucking face splattered into the ground. That's cool. It tells me more about like what this facility's purpose is, right? Bet. It's cool framing. I don't mind narration. I fucking love narration. I glaze the shit out of narration. Not just with like Gege and JJK. Hokuzono's an amazing narration too. It's not. I'm not anti Hokuzono narration. This shit was just kind of, You know what I mean?
It was
like, it's a very literal translation. Very much so. It very much feels like you ran the actual basics of the idea through like a translator, and this is what you get, right?
I mean,
it would be like. Maki and Kamo in Naoya were scared of Daido because he was an excellent swordsman without cursed energy.
I mean,
Really
this
skilled.
did.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to even make it up, right? This did happen with JJK a lot. Like,
no, I'm using a good example of narration, right? Like narration that has aura, right? The sheer lethality scene, right? The like it's building up and it's like, okay, obviously they're freaked out because he has some unique thing. It's building up. Oh, he can't manipulate cursed energy. He's not a heavenly restriction user, but he's closer to a normal human, right? It's the sheer lethality of the blades in his hand. I'm saying you can translate that or say that very literally and make it not cool, right? You know, there's a specific art form to making the narration flow and have it be cool. And I just don't think that very simple, very small criticism overall. I feel like I just don't think that existed here.
Okay. I mean, it's fair. It's what Hokuzono's one and only flub in 80 chapters for you. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did solid 9. I think solid 9s for me. I've seen a 10 out of 10 Kagurabachi chapter. This was cool.
Yeah, these are I think these would be both 8s for me. They're pretty good though. Pretty good. John Weary of Vengeful Curse Spirit. I just
seem like I'm fucking lying, bro. I gotta let you go first for Kagurabachi. This is diabolical. This is diabolical. No,
bro. I'm actually no. The reason I let you go first is because you're not capable of original thought.
L fucking character work for me, bro.
Be real, bro. Would you have given it an 8 if you heard mine first?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because
like you would have, bro.
Maybe I don't know. Because I did enjoy the chapters. Because you know what it was. I like reading Kagurabachi more in bulk. So like the back to back was just a lot more fun for me. But I don't know. Like I'm confident enough.
Fine, bro. Here's the thing, right? What I don't like is when I feel like I steamroll your opinions because I'm fine with steamrolling your opinions when I want to, right? That's cool, right? That's funny to me. But like if we're just having a discussion about something I'm not really particular about, like sometimes I think, all right, bro, you had the same score as me for all 5 chapters. Come on, there's no way you did, right?
It's all objective, bro.
I'm like a yeah, bro. It's a 7.5. You're like, you know what? I'll give it a 7.5 too. Like, bro, I'm gonna let you go first because I want to hear your actual thoughts. If you think it's a 9, bro, that's fine. I think they were both 8 out of 10 chapters. They were both cool. Like, I'm not mad at it. They're not like. You're not going to be hung on a cross for giving Kagurabachi Big Hokuzono a higher score, bro.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
One of these days you gotta lie to Creams and say an ass chapter was great and see how he responds.
I will.
It can't be too big of a lie. You can't oversell.
I would just bump it up by like 2 or 3 points because that's enough to where if I say something's an 8 and I think it's a 5, or like if I think something's like an 8, or if I say something's an 8, it's actually a 6. I think I could get you on that.
A 6 to an 8. You know what I think? It could work backwards. A lot easier, right? Because like if I like it. Fuck, I'm really trying to think. Yeah, that 5 to 7 range would fuck me up. That 5 to 7 range. Because, like, it can't be so good that I'm like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
You know what, bro? We should just start fucking writing down our scores and then just showing them to chat, bro. Because I actually can't trust that you're not going to be influenced. Like, yeah. For this Blue Lock segment's too easy, though. It's very obvious what the score is.
Yeah, I mean, it's an Augie chapter. You kind of...
But yeah.
Babe on the fuck? Don't want to get my clothes wet.
So yeah, the Kagurabachi chapters were pretty good. Let's see. Oh yeah, the narration felt choppy. Thank goodness I'm not alone in this. Yeah.
How's that not fucking meat riding? Whatever.
What, bro? Saying I too thought the translation was choppy. Nigga who wanted to copy my score, by the way. Nigga did not feel secure in giving it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, that's spooky, bro.
We need to see a score below a 4 on the pod at some point. You've never given even the worst MHA chapters below a 4. It's insane because there's
a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, like it's as dumb as it is to say.
I wish I didn't read it.
Yeah, as crazy as it is to say, most modern shonen mangaka know how to do their jobs. There's like a floor to it, right? And a 4 out of 10 chapter, it can't be if the rest of the series isn't another like major flub or on a major downward spiral, I would have to not care about the characters or actively be incited to dislike them, and I would have to hate the story. Like everything would have to, like, there's work that has to be undone. There is additional work to make me hate it, and then there's like additional work to make me doubt why I ever liked it in the first place.
Yeah.
Like,
and also
because I care about the characters, right? Like My Hero Academia characters, I'm already invested. So like the floor is already raised. All Horikoshi has to do is just not go below that. Whatever, bro. Just keep it fucking spinning.
Let's see. MHA with no text is at least visually beautiful. That's also a good point. That should look sick as hell. But listen, you want me to give something 4 out of 10? Give me to reread AOT on the pod. I'm like, fuck. Shit, bro. One Piece read. Spin it back. Yeah, it is harder being asked than mid. Maybe I'm just meaner. I've read some 2 out of 10 MHA chapters in isolation. I can't lie. Yeah, there's just no way. I actually don't think Horikoshi is capable of dropping a 2 out of 10 anything. Oh yeah, if we had reviewed like Tokyo Revengers chapters, you'd probably get that. Like, I'll be real, I'm surprised we didn't give like Black Clover super low scores, but there's some Black Clover chapters that might have been deserving of like some real garbage.
Yeah. Black Clover kind of went on hiatus in like a very particular time. I guess like no, wait. The closest we came is today with Sakamoto Days. At like 5s.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know what other scores you've given other chapters, but yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, if it sucks too much and it's a new series, we just drop it. Mm-hmm. Like.
Yeah, like
Doro, like.
Dioro. Some of the spinner versus multi-arm guys were 100% sub 4. Oh wait, hold on. You might be spitting on that one. You might be actually spitting on that one.
You got that?
Yeah, no. The fucking Horikoshi's racism is bad, but fighting against racism, that's worse. Yeah, that might be genuinely. Oh, that might be actually us. AOT an 8.5. Yeah, reverse that score for me, big bro. Y'all just didn't hate or critique. What the fuck? Man, fuck you. Like, no, I did hate on it that hard. Oh, hell nah. Nah, bro. We got to do a reread of Black Clover on the pod. I'm gonna really turn up the fucking heat.
Live.
Listen, if Yuno was not on the page, bro, that shit was ass. I need another power up ASAP. Go and hand it over. Oh yeah, the 5-head dragon chapters in Black Clover. I think you have a 5 or gave a 5. Yeah, that shit was dog ass. All those fucking random niggas. Oh, we're cutting off the. Boo. Yeah. Anyways, peak time. Blue Lock.
I need to do something real quick. Just give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, do your thing. Black Clover got a lot of 5 out of 10s. We talk about current Sakamoto Days with way more disdain, probably because at least that was good at some point type shit. Yeah, I mean, I like Black Clover was Black Clover is kind of just like how should I put this? It was always what Black Clover is. I don't know. Black Clover power friendship had us. This Blue Lock chapter got me giggling and kicking my feet. All my homies hate Nagi. Let's see. Hey, that new power up though. Hey, bro, that shit looked kind of sick as hell. Kind of cool. Yeah. People are saying the end of Nagi episodes mean Nagi's coming back, but I really don't understand that mindset, to be honest. Did you see that statement about Nagi being the secondary protagonist? Is that Kaneshiro said that or something? Or yeah, Kaneshiro said that. That's funny. We were just having an argument about that, and I was saying Nagi is not the secondary protagonist, so Creams is gonna get on here and gloat, which is unfortunate for me, but no, I didn't hear about that. Interesting that we had that convo. I don't necessarily think end of Blue Lock episode Nagi chapters means that. I mean, I can see why people feel that way. I think it can very easily just be like, all right, I can't actually show you guys the behind the scenes while I'm building up this whole series on the side. So, yeah. Let's see. Ronan, I love you like a little brother, but why do you disrespect AOT? It's funny. Let's see. AOT hate boners, 90% of the series is great. Yeah. Kineshiro said that he wasn't originally meant to be such a major player, but he found him so much more he wanted to depict him with. He eventually filled that secondary MC spot in his mind. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Interesting timing. Interesting timing. Oh, let's see. Oh man, blue luck, blue luck, blue luck. Chat. I'm gonna let Creams give his analysis first. In totality, I'm kind of curious to see what he has to say if I don't interject. All right, chat. Let's log it in.
All right, chat. Blue lock time. You know what it is. We are joined here today to mourn Nagise Shiro, my favorite character, and unfortunately a victim of Ego's fucking war on life itself. I'm gonna sum up how I felt about the chapter with a single image. The only difference between this image and how I feel is that I have the answer. And that's because a good coping mechanism I had about the last few chapters was like, oh yeah, we're not going to see Nagi again. You know, wild card 3.0. He's going to come back with the fucking super duper soldier serum. He's going to come back with the sentry serum, right? He's going to warp reality on the pitch. Seeing him as a civilian, seeing him in school playing video games, out of Pulak uniform, eventually seeing him cry and basically ask, why me, why me? Yeah. I'm not doing very well. I'm not doing very well. This has got to be, without question, one of the saddest fucking Blue Lock chapters I've ever read. It is tragic in a lot of different ways, and heartbreak doesn't really begin to describe how I feel, not only seeing Nagi like this, but also seeing him cry about being like this. And I simply don't know what the fucking move is anymore. At this point, this feels like a stab through the heart, a spit in the face. A part of me wants to have hope again that seeing him in this position of prominence is in some way an indication that he will come back. You know, the rebuild will immediately, like, maybe don't lay those fucking coping mechanisms to rest, right? Either way, devastating chapter. Like if this is a springboard for him to come back down the line, if this is just the beginning, or if this is just a necessary step for his evolution, I think I can handle that, but it doesn't take the sting out of this chapter in any way, shape, or form. This shit still hurts. And yeah, no, sick to my stomach, devastating, crying, screaming, throwing up, all of the above.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, bro. I mean, this was a good chapter.
I see your point. I understand. I understand.
What's your score? No, what's your score? What'd you get on the test, bro?
Got a 10.
Bro, what'd you get for number 2?
I went first, by the way. Like I did the thing.
No. I know. You said 10 out of 10? Yeah, yep. I thought the chapter was a 10 out of 10 shot.
Is it?
Not whatever.
It's everything you do to spite me.
Hold on. 87.5%.
What were you doing before we met? What was it all for? What got you out of bed in the morning?
Self-hatred. And now I can direct that at you.
Oh, I'm honored, bro.
Yeah.
It makes me feel any better. I feel every ounce of it.
Good, bro. That means I'm great at communicating my intention. Thanks, man.
There are some times when we've ended VC, and I was literally looking like this fucking panel of Nagi.
Dude. So I saw some things kind of to Ansel got his point. I saw this. I saw some analysis on the chapter basically being like it's kind of interesting how Nagi didn't really get to fully comprehend the frustration of not putting like his all into something and failing because of that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, literally doing the same thing Isagi did and passing right before the goal. You know, losing because of that and getting kicked out of Blue Lock. It's just funny how like Isagi got to do that right beforehand, and Blue Lock was able to kind of heal him after the fact.
I like that.
Nagi failed in Blue Lock. And that doesn't necessarily mean he won't be coming back, but I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit hit in the chest. For me, what hit, like, don't get me wrong, that final panel, it was tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, what got me, the panels that got me was like when he was like, why couldn't I tried harder? Blue Lock was so much fun. I was like, because I felt that feeling before.
Oh,
I was like wishing that you put more into something when you had the perfect opportunity to, and sort of lamenting about that, right? You know, it was also new to me. I didn't realize it's not fine. It's too late. I can't go back. Like, whoa, 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 whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
this
buddy,
is too real. Whoa.
What the fuck? What the fuck, gang? You don't get to do that.
Like, what the fuck?
That.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
the little flashback to Rayo in the staircase.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That shit fucking hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is me trying to be different. A 10 out of 10 doesn't suffice.
Yeah.
This might be one of the best chapters in Blue Lock. Period. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10, 13 out of 10, 14, maybe even 15.
Yeah, I'll take pride, bro. I'm signing my name to all that shit, 100%.
Like,
you know what this chapter felt like? You know Baro's vision of the future, where he was like drinking his 8th beer in like his apartment. It felt like that, but like the first day after. You know, it felt like the sadness of understanding what the stakes are for the players. But not as a hypothetical, not as a dream, not as a hallucination. Like he's living it, and like that hurt. Like that really fucking stung. That like there was no. He was just discarded back into the world. You know, like seeing
and nobody cared about him after.
Yeah.
Like that fire of like, you know, soccer and all the attention that it brought. He's just kind of back by himself. Listen,
especially if you contrast it with the previous chapter where they're celebrities. Yeah. Oh yeah,
I've been fighting this fight about Blue Lock interpretations, and I won't name any names, and I also won't get into the argument too deeply. You know who the fuck you are. But anyways, right? This is why I believe that this ego shit, it's really just an aggressive power of friendship, right? Because guess what? Where was Nagi surrounded by people that cared about him the most? It wasn't in this, you know, la, foo, basic, you know, lame ass, not egotistical world, right? It was back in Blue Lock. It was back when niggas had passion, when people wanted to when they were grabbing your shoulder, move it.
Dude,
that was when Nagi
had number one in the highest moment of his life, crying and screaming at him to not quit playing, bro. Holy shit.
Don't quit soccer. Yeah, that's a super genius, by the way. Him quitting is actually better for your career.
Yep.
Right?
By the way, just off of Euphoria, bro saw the face of God 5 seconds before that.
Like, it is so fascinating to me that like that connective aspect of Blue Lock isn't really isn't considered in a lot of interpretations that people have of it, and I don't know. I really fuck with that. I really like that, and God, dude, it was all so new to me that I didn't realize.
Yep. And that's kind of the unfair part. That's almost the tragedy in Nagi's character for me. Like, in the grand scheme of things, a part of me feels like he never even got the chance to like fail correctly. Like he never like it's like you said, it's like they said earlier with Isagi making the same mistake and just like making it at a more convenient time. Like all the time Nagi spent learning soccer backwards, the existence of Blue Lock like as an institution being threatened, everything that kind of like happened during the course of the series is like super unfortunate timing for him because he didn't go into it having this like all this baggage about soccer going into it, right? This was a relatively like new thing. So
yeah,
part of like the heartbreak is kind of like, at least for me, kind of the thought of like I do wonder if you were brought up in a more normal setting, right? Like charitably speaking, right? Like if you would have been able to work through this or work past it. Because like the stakes,
who's to say he can't moving forward, right? But it is just a matter of timing of the mistake. You are rewarded for making your mistakes earlier with less stakes, et cetera, et cetera. And I want to talk to something. Lemon Cloud's kind of just like it's slandering, but I'll use this as like a jumping off point. So how about that bum Nagi doesn't rely on other people to motivate his lazy ass, and he gets an actual I don't know ego. Listen, I'll say this, right? I'll be the first one to say this. Like your favorite character, I guarantee they're not even a wild card victim. They're getting Naru Hayed, my favorite character as well, right? If there's not another person motivating them and fueling them to some extent. Isagi, I mean the cast, Baro, Isagi, Rin, Sai, and then Isagi, Kaiser, his fucking father, and then Isagi.
And then maybe
right?
Ness, like if you wanna,
and maybe Ness, right? Like unless your favorite character is like Noel Noah, in which case you're a fucking bot. It's like your goat. If they've been explored at all, yeah, that's relying on somebody, bro. Chigiri, what he need? He needed a short midget to grab him by the shoulder, throw him to the ground, and say, "Hey, bro, I'm locked." Right? If your character's actually accomplished something, if your character scored a goal, if your character's done some real shit, chances are, yeah, they've needed other people to motivate them and move them. And help them get past any shortcomings. Nagi's fault is that he was over reliant, right, and codependent. Yeah. But like we see that explored. Like Bachira was like that too in the beginning. You know what I mean? It's just something that he failed to work past in that manner and didn't understand the gravity of the situation. And that's just it is what it is.
The thing is with Bachira, like Nagi was never going to be able to have like a reawakening like that because there was no reference point, right? This is the only soccer he's ever known. So, in a weird way, one of the best things that can happen for Nagi IMO is him just kind of, sticking to character and playing soccer backwards, learning how to do it backwards. Instead of being a kid and starting, like Bachira, playing with yourself against the wall. Pause? I don't know. Playing soccer with yourself against the wall. There we go. Maybe that's what Nagi needs to do after Blue Lock, right? It's just to kind of figure out if he even likes the sport, what that vision of like having fun with the sport looks like, and kind of working out that foundation for himself and kind of going from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you like? How are you feeling about Nagi's future?
I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things. I gotta be real. It's kind of a hard thing to do. As someone who likes Nagi's character and like Blue Lock in general, feel like if this is his end, it's tragic, genuinely and truly, right? But I don't mind it. This was written. There are ways to write something, right, in which there is only one conclusive way to handle it moving forward, or not, in my opinion, right? Obviously, for example, Gojo dying, bringing him back is like
it's insane.
Hey, bro, that worked the first time, right? We can't spin back on that. If Nagi comes back and it's handled well as like the rest of Blue Lock has been, right? That shit might make me get a noise complaint so loud the cops drag me out of my apartment, right? However, if Nagi is just gone. It is a somber end and sort of a a harrowing story about like the possibility of not capitalizing on your opportunities now, and something that you just kind of have to sit and live with, right?
Potential
And
without
so,
ego and all that shit.
type
Yeah.
shit. I like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it is. I imagine that he's coming back, right? That's how I view his fate.
Okay.
But if he doesn't, and I say this truly and honestly, this isn't a Nobara situation. This isn't a Gojo situation. It is completely fine to me either way. Or obviously you have to execute on it properly and do some more legwork in bringing him back. But as it stands of like 302 or whatever chapter we're on, shit, the nigga did it. Like, I don't know. Like, Kaneshiro fucking, he turned water into wine. I don't know, man. Are you muted?
I just realized, yeah. I think by the time Blue Lock ends, Nagi will be one of the best written characters in Blue Lock. You know, like shoe in for fucking S tier for me. That's if it. I think this isn't the end. I'd like to believe this isn't the end, but I'm saying if it isn't. Sorry, I'm saying if it is, right? If this is really it for Nagi, what a fucking send off! Like already an S tier.
What a send off! What a send off indeed. Let me read some of these memberships real quick.
Bet.
And super chats. Honestly, Jesus Christ.
Did we miss a lot?
We missed a lot. Plexi tier, thank you for the 5. But I saw your stream where you were like, who the better hero, Mark or Deku? And you did my boy Mark bad. Deku wouldn't be able to solo a fascist empire. Your power scaling where it's not applicable. One, Mark didn't solo shit, right?
He explicitly didn't, yeah.
And two, like once again, your power scaling, you're saying like Deku wouldn't be able to beat the Viltrumite Empire. Sure, he kind of changed hero society. Yeah. You know what I mean? Along everybody else, it's kind of like a So yeah, I appreciate the 5. Thank you.
Is that even a power scaling point? Right? Like it's not really a power feat as much.
I guess he's just saying like the fashion. It's just he soloed the Viltrumite Empire, and it's like, okay, cool. What does that really mean though?
Gotcha.
Mikael Kingsman, thank you for gifting 1 membership. Appreciate you.
Did we skip M3Ds?
M3D. I actually don't even. I'm not seeing.
Okay. So,
yeah, here we go.
M3D with the 5. Happy Alexander got on Kagurabachi. Oh, nice. My 3rd favorite Anti-Tuber with Creams at number 2 and BR at number 1. I guess. Okay.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. You got.
Let's see.
You got the championship.
Elijah from Venus, thank you for being a member for 7 months. It feels like Akuri still struggles with wanting to be of service to others, wanting to be useful. Oh yeah, 100%. And I think that's probably going to be his next kind of character arc of like, hey bro, chill out a little bit. You know. And I get he's eager and it's kind of like cute, but it's a little excessive to the point where it's like, hey dude, you just came off the fucking surgery table. Let's relax a little bit. And also it feels like Hokuson is emphasizing that narratively. So yeah, I agree. And then Mikhail Kinsling, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Not gonna lie, keeping the Sword Master and the Sword in the same building is insane to me.
I don't think so. If you think about the division of labor,
concentration.
Yeah,
it's a concentration of your forces all in one area. Because if you have to split it in half,
yeah,
you know what I mean. What's more important, sort of thing.
Yeah, because like it takes away from the other, right? If the logic is, you have them at like 2 far away spots, right? That means A, your forces are cut in half. B, they can just kind of delay an attack, right? They could just be like, oh yeah, there's an attack here, send backup, and it'll weaken there. It makes no sense too.
Yeah. I get because the bringing them together is bad, but the idea is like if they're putting all of their eggs in this basket, like then that's all
they have to come to them, right? They'll like 100% know where anybody who would want to combine them. They have to come through the front door, basically.
Nens Legato, thank you, remember, for 21 months. You read the episode Nagi chapter. The comparison of Loki and Nagi is either super hopeful or despair-inducing for Nagi's future. Still mulling it over. I did not see that on my super legal website.
Who said that episode Nagi was ending soon, and that was like a bad omen? That is fucking dark.
Oh, let's see. Okay. Hold on, bro. I'll be right back. I gotta read some peek.
Mm-hmm. Blue Lock has been such a hopeful series in so many aspects, and clings very tightly to its main cast. It's hard for me to see Nagi getting a depressing ending, but if he does, I'm taking that as a signal that Chigiri's ACL is exploding at some point. I was gonna say that. I was gonna make this joke that like this was the second saddest chapter of Blue Lock, because I'm reserving number 1 for the Chigiri ACL blowout. Because it's like, to me, Chigiri. I've already done a lot of the emotional labor of getting ready to see Chigiri like laid out on the mat, of him having to give up soccer, of that conversation with his doctor. I brought it up before, but I think like I'm already like, I think part of me is like pre-grieving Chigiri's soccer career. So we'll see. Like this would be like, if it doesn't happen, this is the saddest chapter of Blue Lock. If it does, it's easily that one. Do you think it's gonna snap in the first or second half of the World Cup final? Oh, that's a good one. Probably first half. Here's my prediction. First half for an equalizing goal. They're at a low point. It's like hopeless. They're feeling the despair. The opponents are so fucking broken. Chigiri like sacrifices the knee to kind of get them riled up and be like, guys, that's one less goal we have to score. That's one less goal they have to score. That's one less fucking half we have to play, whatever. Just whatever the line is, I imagine it's going to be like what's the word? Fuck, it escapes me. Reassuring. That's the word. After the training with Chris, I thought we were good for 1,000 years. That's insane. That's actually so diabolical. Clip this for when Creams is right. Appreciate you, Dane. Please, Demon Akatsuha, just this once, please. Just so I have it on the record. Or Hansel Gato, just like make a mark of it. Also, Demon Akatsuha, I saw you like deleting Dane's fucking Creams glaze earlier. You're funny, man. I've always imagined Chigiri's ACL death coming off of a hat trick. I don't know. I could see it, but I think it's more likely going to be like him running. It just seems to be like the more on-theme thing for Chigiri's character. Like, he's a runner, right? He's a sprinter. His whole claim to fame is speed. So I kind of see it as like him trying to like push himself to like the fastest he's ever gone. And like ultimately that's going to be the death nail for his ACL and like soccer career. Like I just think it'll be a speed issue. I don't think it'll be a technique issue. IMO. Noah himself breaks Chigiri's legs? What the fuck? Viewing him as an honorable opponent who he will never forget for as long as he lives. Chills. Crazy fanfiction. Creams, do you not know what a hat trick is? I feel like, are you guys gaslighting me right now? I'm
3 goals.
I'm gonna
1 player.
Oh my god. I'm a fucking moron.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a nutmeg. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Jesus Christ.
I read the Blue Lock episode Nagi chapter to further expand my understanding. Okay. Read that shit to Smoothies in 1991 by Larry June. I'll tell you, that shit was an interesting fucking reading experience, because if you know the song, which I'm not sure anybody in here does, but the chapter title is "Never Wake Up from This Dream." So if you know the song, you understand why that shit was kind of trippy. I didn't really mean for that to coincide, but whatever. Yeah, that Loki shit was ominous as hell. But the way Loki phrases it is like,
do you want to put the panel
if
up?
you're like me, Sure. He's just basically saying we're the same, super talented, don't know fear. But if that means that we are the same, then like when you learn fear, it'll destroy you. And like Loki seems, it could be one of two things, right? Either Loki is saying he has not known like fear in this game, or it could be that like he has and he knows for with certainty that it did destroy him and he came back from it. So,
right, Loki
yeah.
canonically learning this lesson when he was like a minor is so fucking funny. Like they just like no blue lock. They just put him on the fucking world stage.
Yeah.
Without having read the rest of the chapter, obviously, or the series, yeah, this reads as ominous. Kind of back to back. Was this released today or?
No. I mean, it's more of a recent chapter. Yeah. It is more recent than not.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple days ago is what Hansel got said.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, I could see that being a little bit more on topic.
Yeah.
Man, music while listening to manga. I still like.
Either.
Now I fully acknowledge that I'm the weird one for not doing that.
That's good.
Most everybody I talk to, they do the music thing. I've never been able to concentrate on both.
Yeah. Let's see.
The whole Alchemist tape? Oh, okay. Talking amongst themselves.
He tapped in with Larry June. Only started listening to him recently. But that show was in my playlist, so then I speak on it. Noah turned into child abuser. What the fuck?
How'd you get Larry June on your radar?
I don't know. I actually wouldn't be able to tell you. Maybe I just went to Spotify Home, started looking up shit. But it was a vibe. It was a vibe indeed. Yeah. Let's see.
What'd you think of last chapter? Because we didn't talk about that either. The bus and everything.
Oh, yeah, with Isagi. That chapter was pretty good too. I'd probably, well, let me not say what I'd give it. But let's see. Hold on. Let me just read. Oh, Ness getting a backbone and shit.
Diabolical, and, crazy work.
Talking to Isagi about that, I was like, yeah. Yeah. Isagi kind of getting lost in the sauce a little bit and pulling himself back. That was good. Literally being like, yeah, I will never be satisfied, bro. I saw what happened to Nagi's dumbass when that happened. Let me lock in.
Bro,
that was a good chapter.
I also appreciated that he was like, yeah, this shit is also terrifying. Because, like, same group of people, like, same amount of people just as passionately would curse him out if he, like, lost. So I imagine the extra, like, motivation. It was also interesting to see kind of outside the Blue Lock bubble, like, them, like, not be in Blue Lock for I think the first time since the first chapter? No, since after the U20 match. And, like, seeing them treated as celebrities was fucking interesting.
Yeah. It was cool. Nessa's moment was honestly a highlight. That was very good. I'm very curious to see where Ness and Kaiser's dynamic goes in the future. But yeah, I like that chapter. It's probably like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. It just kind of it seems worse in comparison to like how good this chapter, this most recent one was. Like that. I mean, this is like a potentially like top 10, top like 20 chapter in Blue Look. I feel like just off knee jerk reactions alone.
I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid 8.5 for me. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you.
Christ, dude. 8.5. Nigga couldn't even get an 8 or a 9 on his own, bro. Yeah, I said 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. That's my score too, big bro.
What's the point, man? What's the point of even
I don't know, man. Yeah, you got to give your score on. You got to give your score on Gachiakuta first. Actually, I'm gonna write mine down right now, bro.
All right.
Oh no.
See, I'm eating. Right. I got 2 things in both hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8 for me. So far, I got Gachiakuta at a very comfortable 8.
Okay. Cool. So you're caught up. So I don't know if like those last few chapters really ramp up, but I'm largely caught up. I'm at chapter like what is it? Fucking
You said 120 or something?
120. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
Let me go back through some of these catalogs.
Yeah, let me see where you're at, just so I don't accidentally spoil anything.
Yeah, and Gachiakuta spoilers basically till the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, let's see. You said 120, like 120 on the dot, or like 122, or
120. 120.
Oh shit. Damn, I wish you had like 5 more chapters.
Yeah.
Okay, I think let's work backwards, right? The last update we had was up to 44, I think, chapter 44.
Okay.
So
major progress.
Yeah, a lot of progress. A lot of shit has just been happening. Meeting the Raiders. A little bit of Zonka's backstory. Just kind of an expansion of the world. Like, first of all, W character work for Zonka. Really liked his flashbacks. Felt very, very poignant, very pointed to me.
Okay.
I've had similar feelings, similar doubts, so that was very alarming to see. Actually, a quietly like great part of Gachiakuta for me is this focus on getting Rudo to just be more mature, be more composed, and just be calmer and learning interpersonal skills. I thought was like a very underappreciated or like pretty subtle thing that the story got really like it just does really well. Communication between 2 characters, subtlety, the art of the deal, as it were, especially with the information broker. I think the bit with the information broker might have been my favorite part of the return. The cleaners as an organization, I've also really grown on. I think that the entire extended cast I've come to appreciate. Fucking the info, like the little bit about Rio being a fucking assassin was nuts.
Yeah.
2,
yeah.
Seeing guns work.
Bang,
yeah.
Bang.
Bro, I don't know about you. I was like, oh, they're not bulletproof. What the fuck? Bro, I can't remember the last time I saw a gun being used as a lethal weapon in a manga. Like,
JK.
With Mai?
I was more talking about like Rico Gunner fucking Don't Beast, but Toji pulling up, always had it on him, whatever.
But yeah, like in combat, like just kind of like that. So I thought that was a really cool way to it spoke volumes to me about like kind of the verse in its own way. Seeing Rudo's powers expanded upon and growing in their own way was also fucking cool. And the reveal of the Watchmen series, and the big fucking like Black Titan in the sky, acting as like
very ominous, very very scary.
Yeah, terrifying panel, and I don't know. I forgot the main villain's name. Fuck, what's his name? I liked his motivation. Like I liked his approach being Zoldal, yeah. I liked his approach being very like scientific, where he kind of views
very
them
methodical.
Yeah, methodical, but he still loses a lot of his composure when he's like especially pressed. The like Rudo's parentage is pretty intriguing. I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. I gotta say, a character that I didn't expect to really vibe with was like not even vibe with, but like I didn't expect to make as much of a splash in such a short amount of time was fucking Corvus.
Okay.
Which let me just double check didn't happen in the like 12 chapter difference that you and I have. I don't think it did.
Yeah, I mean,
Corvus's conversation with Rudo.
Yeah.
You saw that?
I mean, he's not. I guess it's not like. I don't know. I guess so.
I liked it, right? Just kind of the true purpose of the cleaners being revealed, and I don't know if this is it weird to call it a twist. Let me see. The fucking what's his name? I have like the fucking thing here, but it doesn't have all the names of the raiders. The guy who kidnapped Amo, that's on the thing.
He's a cleaner, right?
Yeah,
but I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
long haired dude. Yeah. You could tell. You could tell he was weird when he fucking injured everybody. Like he had weird vibes, bad vibes type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting twist. It was an interesting twist.
Yeah, it was an interesting twist. It was doubly interesting. Okay, so it hit me in waves, right? Oh my god, he's on the cleaners. Oh my god, what the fuck is he trying to do? And then it was like, what the fuck is he trying to do? Like, yo?
Yeah.
I need an adult? The fuck?
TMZ. Yeah, TMZ.
Yeah.
I will say the Trash Beast arc is, for me, not necessarily where it started picking up super heavily, like narratively or character-wise. I'll get into my thoughts a little bit there in a sec. But man, that arc, Gachiakuta was already like a very beautiful, very like fucking intensely good artistic story, right? But I don't know what was in the water that Kei Urana was drinking, but holy fuck. That was something. One of the craziest fucking kind of like, I got context for something that I've seen on Twitter. I've seen artists recreate on Twitter using like different characters or whatever, right? But Jabber, the fucking Zonka Jabber fight playing out like that, bro.
Disgusting.
I'll show you the strength of an average person. Huh. Quite the fun hallucination you're witnessing, don't you think?
Oh god, dude, I felt so sad. I was waiting for Zonka to wake up from that, like, oh, this poison is nothing. No, he actually just lost.
No. As soon as he was fucking drooling and like real strength average, I knew that nigga was cooked, bro. That shit was crazy.
The backstory did not help, by the way, because I'm like, oh, bro, the self-awareness is part of the genjutsu. Fuck.
Yeah. I will say a lot of my fucking highest of high opinions on Gachiakuta just comes from the presentation, man. Kei Urana, like, I'll be real, maybe this is crazy because I really did like Soul Eater's art, and I feel like because Okubo's fucking godlike, specifically with Soul Eater more so than Fire Force. Kei Urana's got that.
I'm not mad at it at all.
I mean, God. Yeah. Fucking damn it.
Yeah, man.
Like, what are we
dude, the shading, the intricacies of the outfit. By the way, the outfits, fucking fire. The character designs are immaculate.
Yeah. This shit is so fucking cool. It's really just like what comes to mind over everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the characters, I like the world. And someone asked if like the Trash Beast arc was like that arc for me. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be as good, but like, you know,
I think everybody looks at JJ art is just a little bit better.
Everybody looks at like Hidden Inventory or maybe Shibuya as like that arc for JJK, and I was kind of talking about like how I wasn't seeing that up to that point, looking for it. Maybe this arc, or maybe like what I'm about to dive into, will be that. I think not even my apprehension, because I really like Gachiakuta for what it is, and I'm enjoying it. It is a like I'll preempt your annoying question, right? There is nothing I dislike about the story, right?
Okay.
I'm not like, to ask me what don't you like about it would not really be useful, because there's nothing really there. It's just it's a lack of, some
lack of
pizzazz,
resonance.
some whatever to push it over the edge. Like personal resonance, sure, right? But even like I just feel like Rudo's a solid protagonist, but he's not moving me in any particular way just yet. I like Amo, honestly, quite a bit. I kind of fuck with her on that. But I don't know. I enjoy Gachiakuta. I wrote it down. Damn, that's blurry as hell. 7 out of 10. That's my score. It's cool. It's fun. It's good.
I don't know. I'm really vibing beautiful. With it. Yeah.
And I'm happy, bro. I'm glad you are. I'm glad you're vibing with it, and you didn't have to pull the score down when I said 7, bro. Yeah. That really means a lot to me.
Did you rock with the information broker a bit?
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. I thought that arc was pretty solid. I thought that arc was pretty solid.
Yeah. Seeing him transform into a bird. Yeah, man. That was some heat. That was some fucking heat.
Type shit. I think him infinite voiding someone was a little bit cooler, but yeah. What do you think of Rhea? Rhea's cool. Right now she I'm sure there's going to be a lot more for her, but right now she's hype moments in aura and like likable.
Yeah.
With the cast.
Win-loss ratio isn't fantastic, but I let her rock because she's cool.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that fucking that standoff posing shit was hard as fuck, bro.
Dude, you know a character that I can't fucking wrap my head around is Engine. Like Engine Glaze is so funny because it's like it's in character for characters to just like him as a person, and not like I think I'm used to like Gojo Glaze. This feels like a strand. But he just has an umbrella. Like he actually just has an umbrella. And I gotta let him just be okay with that.
Yeah. I love how twisted Zodal is and how condescending he is to Rudo. Yeah. I do like I like the characters. It's not a lack of interest in them. It's just sort of no story but is annoying or bad, but just not gripping enough until recently. That's what Draco Frostbite said, and I pretty much would paraphrase that in a lot of ways. Like I think a 7 out of 10 is like, maybe I could move on a 7.5, maybe. But I really do fuck with the story, and God, by fucking God, is this art so fucking good, man? Holy shit!
It's growing on me more and more. I could see if this next arc, honestly, if the rest of the series ends on like a very conclusive, like if it elevates what I think it's already doing well, the characters, the artwork, the lore, honestly just those 3, I could have it at like a 9 or a 10 theoretically, if it just like, because I think all the pieces are there. Yeah, can't even have a positive opinion around this guy. Everybody, no, everybody, watch out! No. Mr. Negative, bro. Stands in the ring to Aura Farm guy over here, by the way.
Just be confident in yourself, bro. Like if for example, if I said Blue Look is the best story ever told, and you said I was blazing, guess what? I am. 2 hands. Fuck it. Hey and Sukuna, 4 hands.
But I wouldn't.
Right?
Whatever.
Just stand on your shit.
I just let you rock, bro.
It's no, you don't. It's weak as hell that you're like, when, Mr. Negative, when, boo hoo, nigga. Stand on your opinion. If you think this shit could be a 10 off of what you've seen, say that then.
I did say that. That's what you took issue with.
You started fucking crying and whining when I was like, that's Glaze. BR doesn't like my opinion. All right, bro.
I just thought you were being a hater.
Lock in.
I was using my platform to call you out for your bad behavior.
I'm trying to make sure that you have the mental fortitude to make it in this showbiz, bro. Come on, man.
Thanks, man. You gonna put poop in my locker next? You gonna
No, I have people for that.
You gonna piss on my Gatorade?
Yeah, now nigga's just naming his kinks. I'm sick as hell. Yeah. Gatorade. This nigga's never drank a Gatorade in his life either. That shit's funny.
Fuck you. I drink Gatorade all the time. Not all the time recently, but I fuck with Gatorade Zero.
If you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? Yeah. How you feeling about Jabber? He gives me some Mahito vibes. I get why you say that. Don't Say that to me again, though.
I thought you'd like Jabber a lot.
Jabber's cool. He's like I get why people would think I like him a lot. It's just not everybody that's a psycho and sadistic and masochistic is gonna get me to fuck with him.
Yeah, he's missing themes and shit for you, presumably.
Necessarily, it's like, I mean, I liked Mahito as like a top 3 character in the story before I even bothered thinking about the themes and shit. Nigga just had aura. There's a certain art form to it that like elevates you. Like, you know, not all, for example, aura merchants are born equal, right? Sometimes you're just better at it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know how crazy it is that Cream's caught up in a series and BR isn't. Sure, man.
Type shit.
BR being a good friend right now, Cream's needed that. Dane, I prefer when you were glazing me.
You needed that, big bro. Like, low-key, I'm just trying to make sure that you're good.
Creams, I can tell you really fuck with the series. Say it with your chest. I actually didn't backtrack. You people heard...
When? Maharaga, help.
Didn't ask for any assistance. Whatever, man.
Mozane, help me. Yeah, Mozane might be more like Agito, though, so never mind. Let's see. I might enjoy Jabber more. Nigga, more than who? I'll ban you behind this shit, bro. What the fuck? No. Tell me. Nah, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
Come on, bro. Who? Who do you like him more than? I'm curious. Do you like him more than Zoldal? That's fine. But not Mahito. That's not what you meant. That's not what you meant, right? Nah. Go ahead. Elijah, spin back on that for me, bro. I need to hear something.
That's sinister work.
I'm just curious. Just come outside, bro. We won't jump you.
I just want to talk.
I just want to run a fair 1v1. I mean, not even 1v1, bro. I just want to conversate.
Not even 1v1. Yeah, this dude does not want to fight fair.
Yeah. Want to fight fair.
Yeah. Overall, man, pretty solid. Like, I'm really satisfied with the book club pick. I really rock with it. I don't know if you want to talk about it week to week, but I'm down to. If you're not, I'm down to just like binge, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll see. Let me catch up and let me see. Not if your next message isn't, you know, I was incorrect or an apology, you might have to hold this 30-minute. Come on, bro. Quickly.
Bro, we're not gonna be. We might not be live in 30 minutes.
That's fine. What the fuck? What's that matter to me? I meant more than Kinjaku. Oh, okay. Kinjaku's ass.
Who the fuck said Kinjaku though? Like, okay.
No, he's lying, but
yeah,
at least he knows that he needs to do that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like that's not.
I'm not buying it, but it's just the fact that there's enough respect to lie is I can work with that, right? But yeah, are we still on Gachiakuta?
We're done. We're done. Yeah. I have it at an 8 right now. Potential to be a 9, or a 10 type shit. I guess that means. Thanks, man, and I swallow too. So
there we go. That's improvement. That's improvement.
Yeah, thanks, man. I guess like that means next book club poll out pretty soon, right?
Yes, sir. Chad, give us some suggestions real quick while we're on air, so we can write these down and do our job.
Yeah. Are we like grandfathering any old series?
We could. I'm just interested in seeing if they say some interesting shit.
Okay, because fucking Gachiakuta kind of blew out. Because Gachiakuta kind of blew out with the last poll, so I'm like.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me give me some suggestions, chat. Yep. Kaji. Listen, Enzo Gatto. I feel like I'd fuck with that series heavy because I like Tomodachi game, and I feel like it'd have a somewhat vaguely, familiar vibe, and the gambling and shit. Right? Kaji is not going to win. It just won't. Enzo Gatto, unless you yourself can pull together the entire Honored Ones community to vote for that shit, I'm sorry, and I truly mean this. That shit is not getting voted on. I promise you, it's not.
It would almost, and I say this with respect. Sure. It would just be. It wouldn't even be a bench warmer.
JJK reread from beginning to end type shit. Berserk, AOT, One Piece. Yeah, this nigga Dane hates me.
Read Usugi with your eyes closed and in a different language on illegal websites. All of these are unhelpful. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not reading that off principle. I'm not fucking that nigga, and I don't fuck with niggas that like that shit either.
I'm trying to think if there's any that have caught like my eye independently.
They're saying like Shojin X, but like I don't know if I want to share Shojin X with y'all. That's like a deeply personal experience to me. Like I like no bullshit. If you come on here and you say anything about Sui Ishida that isn't glowing reviews, I don't think we can be friends no more.
I don't know. You had a Vagabond on the pod. I think you could do anything.
Yeah, Vagabond. Listen, I was introduced to greatness with that. I know Sui Ishida is great, right? So let's see. I've seen at least 2 people mention Kaji positively in the last 4 years. It has motion. Yeah.
Never give up the good fight.
Let's get Cream 3 Tokyo Ghoul. Do not need that in his opinion, bro. Holy shit. I don't want you to listen, bro. I'm gonna be real. It's out of care for you. I don't want you to fuck it up. I don't want you to fuck up my opinion of you, bro. That's how much our friendship means. I don't want you to read that manga, have the wrong opinion, and I have to like you less.
Oh my god.
Because listen, do you know how much of an exercise in trust it was to allow you to read Naruto? Bro, if you had messed that up...
You got splendid results.
I did, right? If you had messed that up, or God forbid, Percy Jackson, right? I'll be real. Pod might have been done 50, 60 episodes ago.
Yeah, it just sounds like I haven't let you down yet, is the crazy thing.
No, you have numerous times.
No, I haven't.
Kagurabachi. You let me down continuously and weekly.
Okay,
like Black Clover, you like One Piece.
I'm not
like
doing this
you
with
let me down all the time, right? The point is just that you have succeeded a few times, and it's like, come on.
Dude, where the
you're a winning host of the year for hating on Usugi and its fans. Type shit. I would just like to thank.
Bro, what's the name of the
my co-host?
What's the name of the manga website that we use to rank shit? I haven't been on it in a fucking minute. Not my anime list.
AniList?
AniList. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Wait, JoJo's book club. Nigga wants us to put melatonin on the book club, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Batik. That shit is ass. All right, that's a little exaggeratory. That shit was kind of boring though. I read like 25 chapters of Batik. I don't feel cruel enough to ask y'all to finish Oshinoko, but some catch up would be cool for some serious. I finished Oshinoko. I know how it ends. That shit was.
Oh. Oh really?
I mean, it was
like not like enough make an afternoon out of it to catch up, or like I could just read the last chapter and get it. Don't even bother.
Listen, bro, how much do you value your time?
Okay, don't even bother. Gotcha.
One day there will be nothing but bench warmers left to put on the poll, and then Kaji will rise to the top of the Forgotten series. It could beat Gintama, Fist of the North Star. Could it beat what's that other fucking series called?
I don't think it's beating Gintama. Oh, I've never watched Gintama.
I'm not watching that shit.
Oh,
there's no way that's happening. That shit's ass.
How do you know?
I'm watching fucking it. I watched the first episode. That shit was ass. Oh, but it's filler. It's filler. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. That's just not funny. It's that, you know what it is? I'm sorry, chat. I'm supposed to be a safe space. Trigger warning. I'm about to act like Creams for a second. I'm sorry, chat. There's a woke way to put this, and I don't think it's a crazy opinion, but I'm sorry. I have to give it pretty blatantly.
So
it is not humor the Western mind can comprehend, bro. It is so reliant. It is so reliant on, like, at least from my understanding of the way people describe Gintama comedy, right? It is so reliant on, like, cultural in-jokes and knowledge of, like, a particular... You know what it is? Remember how I described the Kenjaku and Takaba, like, comedy show thing?
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, maybe this isn't the least funny thing in the world, right? But it is actually so... It requires me to know so much shit about a culture that I just don't know so much shit about, I can't find it funny. It'd be like if I start a joke, like I start talking about inside jokes with chat about shit we had conversations about fucking 2 years ago.
Gotcha. You guys remember when? I get you.
Yeah. Gintama's Japanese brain rot. And that's not to say it has less value. I'm just not a Japanese citizen, right? If you laugh at Gintama, you're the image of the neck beard in the kimono. Creams, new peak series for you, big bro.
Oh fuck, man.
And like it's not even a disparaging of Gintama. I know that shit has serious arcs that are supposed to be fucking sick, right? I get it. I understand the appeal in theory. You know, the comedic arcs inform it. Blah blah blah. Cool. I just don't think I'll get on that train, personally speaking.
Let's see.
Solo Leveling, we both read it.
Yeah. We could put Real back up on there. It didn't do terribly.
Pretty sure that shit got like 3%, bro.
Hold on, let me pull up our old thing because I'm on the top 100 just to see if there's anything like essential that I haven't read and like you also haven't read, which is it's an overlap that's getting harder and harder these days. Yeah, it was 8%. Oh, Apothecary Diaries got second place.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're watching Apothecary Diaries, chat. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Delicious in Dungeon.
I'll be real with you. You know, I'm down to watch Delicious in Dungeon, right? It's just not going to. Like, Apothecary Diaries is gonna win, and you're gonna say, bro, what the fuck? Holy shit. Why is every poll at our channel a landslide? When a blowout.
I'm trying here, man.
And then I'm gonna be like, no, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's not an issue. And then I'm gonna be like, I wonder why this is the case. And that's gonna be it. Fruits Basket may be a good show. Did we do Haikyuu? I've already read Haikyuu.
I've also watched I've watched like 2/3 of Fruits Basket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, bro. I thought you were about to give unsolicited Haikyuu takes to me without my heart medicine. I was like, no.
No, Fruits Basket was just like I'll be honest. It was so fucking intense for me. I couldn't do it. I actually physically couldn't do it. It was like for me, like reading Fruits Basket was like watching group therapy about a situation where everybody's a victim. Like, it's just depressing.
Yeah. Beer will not fuck with Delicious in Dungeon. I just don't see him getting into it. Fuck you. That wasn't an insult. That was just actually you just speculating on my taste based on the extensive amount of time you've watched me.
You don't know me?
I apologize. I mean, you may be wrong, but that doesn't mean that I should have been rude to you. That's on me.
What about... the hell is Windbreaker? Looks kind of cool.
I already read it.
Damn. Is it good?
Yeah. The animation's also fucking sick, so...
Oh, sweet.
If you're interested in... Yeah.
Oh, let me just add that then while I'm here.
Violet Evergarden. Creams doesn't like sad shit. Frieren. We watched Frieren.
I like that you say I don't like sad shit as if, like, you're Mr. Sadness, bro.
I'm not. That's just the reason. Like, you're just the limiting factor here. Like,
sure.
You know, Grave of the Fireflies, first Ghibli movie type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Golden Kamuy. I've never read it. You have?
No, I haven't read it. It's just one of those manga that. How should I put this? Nothing I've seen from it has ever moved me, and the demographic it really resonates with is like, I'm sure it's good. Consider it a bias against it I have innately, but that's not indicative of its quality. I haven't read it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Delicious in Dungeons is for the gays in many ways. It would be a woke test. Okay, Creams, we can't watch that, bro. You're gonna bring out the homophobic slurs again.
Okay. All right.
Bloom Into You, I've already read it. Goodnight Poon Poon, doesn't like that shit.
The Climber?
I already read it.
Is it good?
It is. I read it too early in my life. That shit might have been life changing otherwise.
You want to spin back on it, or
maybe? But I don't know if I want to like fucking. I don't know if I'm really into like, you know, contemplating the nature of my existence at this current moment in time.
You're already on a roll.
No, but that's the problem. I may be going further down the benchwarmers list, but I'd love an initial D watch through.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ignore Hand Still Got It for the rest of the stream. What about 20th Century Boys? I have the first volume physically.
Isn't your fucking isn't your version of Lucifer the author for that?
Never mind then.
Is he not? Am I tripping?
He is. First of all, he's not the fucking version of Lucifer. Shut the fuck up. Second of all, whatever. Okay.
I'd love to add some shoujo to the list, but Creams isn't like a series that a woman wrote, and
okay.
And our chat isn't our name some Full Metal Alchemist.
What were you gonna say about our chat?
And our chat is a sausage fest, so yeah, like I don't know if we're getting
you know what we could do?
I unfortunately don't know if we're getting past the hype moment. What's up, bro?
We could just theme it, right? Like we could just do a shoujo poll. Kind of.
I've read Holy Land.
What do you think? Just do a shoujo poll. That way, like, just kind of
one has to win.
Yeah, one has to win.
We can. Yeah.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Bro, what happens if we get like the lowest turnout we've ever gotten on a poll?
That means one will still win.
No, that's not really what I'm worried about. It's more of like the hilarity of like if we get like 2 votes or some shit.
I see.
The climber is less pontificating on existence, more musing on the nature of connections, the deep desire to be alone, and cast off all human connections to simplify life. Follow only your dedication. Yeah, that.
Tight.
You know, if the dawn is a shoujo, we know W Land Old. One Dance. Let me see. One Dance I might. Fuck, I can't imagine it.
I'm a sponge, man. If you got some good ones that you think I'll like feel free to add them to your list.
Yeah, let me. Screams watch Mob Psycho.
Yep.
Required reading for one dick writing.
Yes, sir.
Actually, don't. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Oh.
If you're down, okay.
Yeah, cool with me.
Sounds
cool with me. Have y'all seen the 110 episode long 90s space opera anime Legend of the Galactic Heroes? That shit would get negative votes. I really want you to know that. In any case, though, we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Call him one because he made one good series. I fuck with that. You don't even have to worry because we're ending off. So good shit, bro. That was a good final shot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's Mob Psycho. Anyways,
got you 24
appreciate
hours,
you guys
man.
for coming out.
Yeah.
Won't see you till next Thursday anyway, gang. See you in a bit. Appreciate y'all coming out here. Nice little brief pod joint. Hope you guys enjoyed. Gachiakuta fans, I hope you guys got what you wanted. Kagurabachi, Blue Luck, all that stuff was really interesting this week. Even got a good Sakamoto Days discussion out of it. So we'll see y'all next week. For all the non-members, you can expect either us to have the new book club poll to reveal to you guys, or maybe further entertain some more options. But in any case, look forward to that. For the members, we will see you guys this Thursday, hopefully with a less rageful, vengeful, angry stream.
Yeah.
But even if it is that bad, hope to see you guys there regardless.
No Fat Folds discussion for at least 2 streams, guys.
Don't hold us to that because
I didn't promise
not really feeling great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next one.